Race fans, it's about that time of year where the NASCAR Cup Series is about to head out to the longest race on the calendar, which is the Coca-Cola 600 at the Charlotte Motor Speedway. This Sunday's race at the Charlotte Motor Speedway is going to be 400 laps around the 1.5 mile and a half track in Charlotte, North Carolina, and it's going to be a long one. It's going to be at least 4 hours long, and nutrition is going to be very high throughout the week. Your driver's going to have to eat healthy and drink the right things like water and Gatorade, because Sunday night the temperatures are going to be high and a lot of drivers are going to be feeling the pressure when it comes to physical activity, because throughout the race things are going to get rough. And but we're having such an advance in technology these last couple of years, so they should be all right, but it's still going to be a tough night for all 40 drivers on the grid. But I'm not here to talk about that necessarily. I am here to talk about my predictions for this Sunday's race at Charlotte. I'm going to give you all my top 5. And I'm also going to do a pick 5 contest for this Sunday's race, and how to be entered. It's pretty simple. Just comment down below in the comment section your top 5. If you go 5 for 5, you get an autograph of your choice. And if you go 4 for 5, you get an unsigned hero card. So comment down below to be entered. And who knows, you may win a prize. See you in a few.
Hey, it's Ricky Stenhouse Jr. here at Kroger, and you're watching William Blackwell on YouTube.
In the past, when I have done my weekly prediction video for the NASCAR Cup Series, I have always talked about the previous race. The previous race before the Coca-Cola 600 happened to be the All-Star race out at the Texas Motor Speedway. And quite frankly, that was a terrible race. You couldn't pass at all. The only passing we saw was out on the highway before you got to the track. And that's pretty unfortunate. You're going for $1 million and you can't make a pass. Ryan Blaney had to win in the bag, about a couple hundred feet away from the start-finish line. A caution came out for Stenhouse. They bunched up the field. Blaney didn't have his window net secure, but they still held on and won $1 million. Besides that, terrible race overall. Needs to go back to Charlotte. If they want to change it up, go to Daytona and get everybody a shot for $1 million. I think it'd be awesome. But so we're just going to skip the Texas All-Star race. It was very embarrassing. So going to Charlotte, I am expecting the Hendrick camp to be very quick. This time around, Kyle Larson is going to win again, make it 2 years in a row. Right now, he is kind of up and down with his next-gen car, but this is the time 1 year ago where Kyle Larson started sneaking these wins in the back. I'm telling you, he can very well go on a run here, and I believe it will start this Sunday night at the Charlotte Motor Speedway, where he will win at least 2 of the 4 stages. The final stage, obviously, but I would say stage number 3. His car is going to struggle early on, but as the race transitions from day to night, he will be successful. And I think a lot of people are going to be like that also, but it may be from day setup to night setup. Like, I don't know, the Ford camp might set up for a day and rather than night. I know it seems like it's an easy transition you can do as an engineer, but it's really not. And I'm speaking of no experience, but I'm just saying, though, it's not simple, and teams don't tend to make them type of decisions. That just goes right off the bat, and they'll see what happens Saturday night in the practice session. The 15-minute practice session is going to be very crucial, because if you can't get your car dialed in there, you're going to be in a long 600-mile race Sunday night, and it's not going to be fun. But Kyle Larson will win the Sunday's race at the Coca-Cola 600. Finishing second to him will be the 11 car of Denny Hamlin. And Denny Hamlin this year, in the year of 2022, has not been the year us fans or Denny Hamlin, Joe Gibbs Racing in general, has expected for it to go. Hamlin has reached victory lane only 1 time this year, and that was out in Richmond because of pure strategy. He had a better set of tires than William Byron, the current leader at the time, and Martin Truex Jr. in the 19 car. Truex was chasing down Byron. They were both on the same strategy. Byron got caught up in lap traffic, and Truex caught up to him, but he really couldn't get around him because short track racing is kind of terrible in the year of 2022. Surprise. But Truex got passed by Harvick and Hamlin, and I think it was Chastain, someone else got passed. I can't remember. It was a couple of weeks ago. But Truex faded on back, and The leaders caught up to Byron, and it was a race between Harvick and Hamlin for the win, and Hamlin ultimately got the win. A big deal for that JGR team because they were then locked into the playoffs. And what I mean by then, you would think since the playbook for NASCAR is like, you win, you're into the playoffs. But for this year, we're seeing a lot of different winners, so you're really not locked in till it's official. We still got a lot of races remaining in the schedule. We got numerous road courses to go to. Obviously, you got to go to Atlanta again. And I think you can see a Ricky Stenhouse Jr. maybe pull it off there, or Brad Keselowski even. You got Daytona as the regular season finale. There's really no need to have an explanation for that. It's going to be chaos, and it will probably be an upset winner, just the way things go. Great TV, great marketing for that, having it the final race of the regular season, giving everybody a shot to make it in to the playoffs, where you can make hay and possibly go win a championship and lock yourself into the NASCAR Hall of Fame. But that's for another video. But Hamlin has turned it around lately. Hasn't really got the finishes, but he does have the speed. And I think at Charlotte, if he will finish second, they will take that and they will really enjoy it. So it's going to be a big weekend here for the 11 camp if they really do good. If they don't, man, that's going to suck. But third place will be the 18 car of Kyle Busch. And this past Sunday at the All-Star race, Kyle Busch was on fire, and so was his pit crew. They were very quick until he had that little incident where he had a flat tire off of turn 4. Going down across the start and finish line, Austin Cindric passed him for the lead, and Ross Chastain that is, chose the wrong line. You really can't blame him or Kyle Busch. It was just a racing incident. And Ross Chastain right front wheel hit Kyle Busch's rear end and the left rear end actually. And it caused the one car to go up into the air very, very high. And I thought he flipped for a second, but he did not. He landed on all 4 wheels and took out the 9 car Chase Elliott also. It was just a racing incident, nothing intentional. And that took away Kyle Busch's opportunity to win the $1 million check, which he's been wanting to win since the year of 2017, the last he won this race. And the M&M's caramel machine that year, he was very quick that race, remember that. But I know he's going to be eager to do good here at the Charlotte Motor Speedway, a track he's really came on to these last couple of years. He's won this race before. He will not win it this Sunday, unfortunately, for all the Kyle Busch fans out there, in my opinion. But he will finish P3, and you will have to take that. Toyota this year is off the pace, but I think they're starting now to land on their own 2 feet and get going in the right direction. Similar to Mercedes and Formula 1. You knew it was going to happen. It was just a matter of time, and this is Toyota and NASCAR. They were struggling early on, but it was just a matter of time before they got going in the right direction. Right now is the time. Fourth place will be the 9 car Chase Elliott. Chase Elliott this year has kind of struggled, and I think his time is going to come, and he will do fine, and he will make the playoffs. Obviously, he's won Dover, so you really don't have to worry about that, but there is still the possibility of getting more winners, and your Austin Cindric, Chase Briscoes, and Kurt Busch, and Denny Hamlin, they're going to have to start to worry because things going to get very tight here. And I'm really not counting out Chase Elliott necessarily yet. But Chase Elliott will finish P4. P5 will be the 48 car of Alex Bowman. And Alex Bowman, I have been very critical of him this year. And I think I had the right to be. Alex Bowman is heading into the 2022 season with one of the best teams on the grid, Hendrick Motorsports. And Kyle Larson won the championship last year. And William Byron is starting to come into his own. And Chase Elliott is one of their long-term drivers. He's already won the championship before back in 2020. But you have Alex Bowman filling in the shoes of the Jimmy Johnson machine, the 48 car. And I think he's kind of a disappointment. In 2021, obviously, he collected a numerous amounts of wins. But in the year of 2022, if that caution did not come out at Vegas, Bowman did not win the race. It was either going to be Truex or Kyle Busch, more than likely Busch. But Bowman did not have no means or purpose to win that race out in Vegas. He did not deserve it. But if that becomes his only win of the year, Hendrick Motorsports might be looking elsewhere. I know he has a contract in place, but how stupid will you be to keep Bowman over Kyle Busch if Kyle Busch were to become a free agent in the market? Because There are rumors coming out of the JGR camp and Toyota camp that JGR might not be able to afford Kyle Busch. And if they can't, Hendrick Motorsports sure can. And I would put him over Alex Bowman in my driver lineup. That's my opinion. But there you go. My top 5. Kyle Larson will win. Denny Hamlin 2nd. Kyle Busch 3rd. Chase Elliott 4th. And 5th place, Alex Bowman. He's not the showman Bowman like he used to be. But my dark horse will be Chase Briscoe in a number 14 machine. These last couple of weeks has been terrible. Ever since the Bristol Dirt Race, more importantly, he's been off the pace, and so has Stewart Haas Racing. They're going to turn it around sometime. They might not come to victory lane this weekend at the Coca-Cola 600, but at least a top 10 is very reasonable here. Chase Briscoe is my dark horse. Please like and subscribe.